Today we're gonna do a book review. I've never done one of those. Hey nerds, today we're gonna talk about the beautiful book that is Creativity Inc. I was lucky enough to get my hands on the advanced reader's copy because I work at a bookstore. There are so many perks to working at a bookstore. So this book was written by Ed Catmull, who is the president of Pixar and Disney Animation, though it focuses primarily on Pixar animation because he started with Pixar. Ed Catmull, John Lasseter, Steve Jobs, the founding fathers of Pixar. Now something you should know before you start reading this book is that this is not a narrative of Pixar's journey. It is a business book. It will probably be in the management section of the business section in your local bookstore. But I'm not saying you won't enjoy it. If you appreciate Pixar's work, or just Pixar as a company, then you will love this book. The book primarily focuses on what Ed learned as a manager as he established Pixar as an animation studio. So in that aspect, you do get to look on the past of Pixar and see what Ed learned from their successes and failures and just how it changed Pixar as a corporation and him as a manager, and I thought that was really, really cool. One of my favorite aspects of the book was the way that Ed looked into the creative mind and the way that an environment affects the creative process. I thought that was so cool and inspiring, and it just made me want to create so many things and make my entire world just more creative friendly. If you come out of this book not wanting to create something, I think something went over your head, because honestly it is so inspiring. Another one of my favorite parts of this book is when Ed specifically talked about certain Pixar films. Sometimes I forget that these beautiful films that Pixar comes out with all the time are ideas in the beginning. They start out as just a thought. It's just so incredible and inspiring to read about, especially when you hear it from Ed, who watched this from the very beginning. He watched an idea grow into a film. That is just so cool and exciting. This book also uses a lot of comparisons between the way that the different directors, producers of Pixar manage, and it was really, really cool to compare Brad Bird to John Lasseter to Peter Docter to Ed Catmull. It was really, really cool. It's just so admirable how dedicated they are to letting people create. That was just so beautiful to read the ways that they care about the people that work for them. It's just so great. I also really just love the cover art. I mean, it's Buzz Lightyear. I love Buzz Lightyear. Who doesn't love Buzz Lightyear? No one is the answer to that question. Overall, this book was just beautifully written. It had a very strong voice throughout the entire thing. I really applaud Ed for that. I could really sense that he cared about every single word that he put into this book, and that was just so great to read. Being someone who wants to work on movies, this book was just beautiful to read. If you are thinking of pursuing film in any form, I thoroughly suggest this book. If you love Pixar, I thoroughly suggest this book. If you love smiling, I thoroughly suggest this book. It's really great, guys. It's really great. Honestly, just read it, okay? This book is not just for managers or leaders, though that is the targeted audience. I would recommend this book to anyone who wants insight on the ups and downs of creativity, because that is one of the main focuses of this book, and it is really beautiful. Creativity Inc. is released to the general public on April 8th. That's today, kids. You can go get it right now. Yeah! Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will talk to you guys later. Another really cool thing is that when I first got the advanced reader's copy, I tweeted about it, and Amy Wallace, the co-author of this book, she favorited my tweet. That was really awesome.